She needs to leave the garden unattended from now on. We've received complaints. Those words hit like a bad neighborhood barbecue gone wrong. Smoky, unnecessary, and leaving everyone coughing. Picture this. A sunny Saturday in Brookwind Hollow, Virginia, where the lawns are greener than envy and the rules are tighter than a cheap suit. My wife, Emily, is out there in our front yard, knees in the dirt, tending to her rosemary bush like it's the last piece of sanity in a world gone HOA mad. She's humming softly, the kind of tune that says she's finally winning against the cancer that tried to steal her spark 2 years ago. And then, striding up like she owns the sidewalk because in her mind, she does is Beverly Langford, HOA President Extraordinaire, visor perched like a crown, pearls gleaming like badges of fake authority. She doesn't even look at Emily. She locks eyes with me on the porch, like I'm the bailiff in her kangaroo court. The board has concerns about her behavior, she says, voice dripping with that faux-polite venom only a true Karen can muster. How she interacts with certain married residents. It's making people uncomfortable. Emily blinks twice, doesn't stand up, just keeps pruning. I step forward, coffee mug still in hand. She's gardening, Beverly, on our property. Last I checked, that's not a felony. But oh, the smile she gives, cold as a forgotten casserole in the community fridge. It's not about the plants, Judge Parrish. You can't charm your way around policy, judge or not. And there it is, the mumble under her breath about multiple notes from anonymous busybodies who probably peek through blinds with binoculars. If you're tuning in, you've seen these HOA horror shows. Fences too tall, paint too bright, but this was character assassination wrapped in a violation notice, served with a side of smug. I could feel the neighborhood's invisible eyes on us. Brookwind Hollow looked perfect on the surface. Manicured curbs, identical mailboxes, kids on bikes that never veered off the path. But underneath, it was a pressure cooker of petty tyrants enforcing community standards like they were divine law. Beverly wasn't just president. She was the self-appointed moral guardian, turning vague bylaws into weapons against anyone who dared to smile too warmly or plant something without permission. Emily? She'd beaten stage 3 lung cancer, rung that bell, built this garden arch with me as her victory lap. It wasn't decor, it was her lifeline. And now this pearl-clutching puppet master was accusing her of seducing the neighborhood over sage leaves? Please. I kept my cool. I'm Nolan Parrish, Federal Circuit Court Judge. I don't yell. I jurisdiction. That land she's on? Not HOA turf. Easements deeded. I keep a copy handy. Mark Ferris, her bored lapdog, coughs and studies his shoes like they're suddenly fascinating. Beverly's grin fades just a tad, but she pivots. We're watching, Judge. For the good of the community. That afternoon, an envelope appears at our door. No stamp, no signature, just HOA letterhead screaming officialdom. Violation. Improper conduct unbecoming of a resident. Secondary. Domestic destabilization through unsolicited attention. Emily reads it, folds it neatly, tucks it under the fruit bowl like it's junk mail. But I see her shoulders tense. That chemo-era hunch where pain hides behind poise. She doesn't cry. She scrubs the kitchen spotless, hands raw from soap, like she's erasing invisible stains. I'm fine, she says, not turning around. But we're not. Neighbors like Mark, who used to wave, now avert eyes like we're contagious. It's not avoidance. It's obedience to Beverly's whisper network. That evening, I stroll the block, not for exercise, for reconnaissance. Patterns emerge: stripped gardens, empty porches, pride flag window gone blank. The forum's bench vanished over visibility issues. Bull. It was HOA razor wire, slicing away joy under the guise of safety. Emily stays inside, but I dig. Logging into the HOA portal as any resident can, I sift through the mush. Policies vague as fog. Decorum, respectability, harmony, all fluff, no teeth. No Virginia Code refs, no case law, just commandments from on high. A memo catches my eye. Decorum revision, signed solo by Beverly 6 months back. Effective by operational necessity. Cute. I cross-check with the State Corporation Commission. Boom. Lapse in HOA status last year. Late renewal. 8-month gap where they were ghosts. No legal bite. And her morality clause? Shoved through right in that void. The same one now aimed at Emily. I print it all. Let it marinate 48 hours. Rage isn't justice. I've seen that in court. But this was the lie they peddled. Emily a threat to appearances. Me too lofty to fight. Wrong on both. 2 days later, escalation. Certified letter. Full board sign-off. Ongoing impropriety. Non-compliance. Hearing mandated, closed. Penalties pending. Revoke volunteers. Ban common areas. Emily's breath shallows as she reads. Her hand hovers like it's toxic. They're not just punishing. They're erasing her post-cancer self, the one who nurtured life again. No way. I label a folder, Langford Challenge. This shifts from defense to demolition, showing them enforcing phantom laws. Didn't see Tom Redfield coming. Vice President, clipboard warrior, standing on our corner like a lost soul, staring at our arch. His polo's wrinkled, posture sagging. Inspections? Ask. He mutters about sidewalk safety. No one's complaining. No crisis. Then, truth slips. Beverly sent him, garden arch visibility hazard. I eye it unchanged. Harmless. You buy that? Tom. Soft no. He flips the clipboard. Half blank. Pen capped. Signed the violation? Yeah. But didn't draft Beverly's handiwork. Silence screams complicity. She's not what they're saying. I tell him. He knows. Praised her at the fundraiser. Said she made this feel like home. What changed? Mouth opens. Closes. Moral audit, he whispers. Not just Emily, others too. Martin's blinds drawn. Wind chimes silenced. She's not the first? No. I pressed gently. Vice Pres. Not pawn. He tried questioning. Beverly shut him down. If no pushback at hearing, humiliation ensues. Waiting fixes nothing, you've chosen. He stays as I walk away. Eyes lingering. Shift incoming. Emily asks later, Tom? Yeah. The garbage can hero during chemo. Clipboard's gone. So's he. But the board's wobbling. Hearing notice arrives via awkward teen. Mandatory. 7:30 Thursday. Vague refs to section 4. Second-tier moral infraction. No specifics, cowards. Emily grips her jeans. This feels worse than gone. It's humiliation. Spot on. Beverly buries folks in fines till they flee. This is spectacle. I timeline it. Morality clause dated April 19th. Smack in laps. Friend in housing regs laughs. Ghost papers. Nothing sticks. Request hearing packet. Denied. Board discretion. Trap set. Emily stares at cold dinner. Ashamed for existing. They shrink you to stay down. She nods. I'll go. Cold hands. But she's not alone. We arrive. Room staged. Board behind draped table. Single chair like interrogation. Beverly centered. Tom averted. Emily sits unflinching. I document. Photos timestamped. Let them monologue. Vague accusations. Disruption. Familiarity. Solicitation. Whispers as policy. Emily listens stone still. Post remarks. Who complained? Beverly stutters policy on anonymity. Evidence. Board discretion. Appeal. Internal. Emily's voice steady. This clause, when ratified? Silence. Tom shifts. I note it all. False authorities fragile. One fact shatters. Post-hearing. Emily exhales. Felt like judgment for breathing. It was. But data's gold. Binder compiles. Lapse proof. Memos. No quorums. Audio from a leaked board chat. Beverly sneering. If we let one cancer survivor ignore tone, rules crumble. Well, I courier copies. HOA counsel. County clerk. Reporter tip-off. Procedural issue. Might interest readers. Meeting notice. Standards clarification. Pivot fail. Narratives hours. Neighborhood stirs. Chairs out. Nods knowing. Lot 17B's ghost house reminds. No more silent exits. I arrive early. Chairs stacked. Table mock court. Tom sits audience side, telling. Emily in her radiation blouse reclaiming self. Residents trickle. Buzzing. Beverly last. Rehearsed smug. Eyes binder flick. She opens. Reinforce values. I let her ramble 5 minutes. Then stand. Not clarification. Rewrite attempt. She protests moderation. Not resident. Judge challenging standing. Room hushes. Binder down. Punitive clauses during lapse. No status. No authority. Includes Emily's case. State data. Memos. Tom's signed statement. No quorum. Implied consent? Not legal. Liability city. Murmurs swell. Penalties. Why Nogwin's left? Speaker out. Beverly's audio plays. Gasp. Tom stands. I was there. She meant it. Beverly pales. Personal attack. No. Accountability. Misses. Hadley rises. You said that. Voices pile. Martin's. Trash pickup violation. Beverly clasps hands. Out of context. Political ambush. Served with integrity. Protected from chaos. Silence. Emily stands. You sent a blank card during cancer, then warned me for improper posture post-treatment. Made husbands uncomfortable? Silence gave permission. Beverly's jaw tight. No allies. Adjourning. Tom. No. Moves no confidence. Mark seconds. Hands rise unanimous. Beverly exits alone. Deliberate. Defeated. No cheers. Restoration. Next day, vote posted. Beverly removed. Tom interim. I prep final packet. Review all invalid decisions. Lift sanctions. Erase whispers. Evening gathering. Full house. Kids. Elders front row. Tom admits failure. Action. Silence. Habit. Gestures me. structural challenge. Podium, no punishment, unless regression. Timeline, violations in lapse. Citations leading relocations. Recommend, repeal section 4, nullify actions, apologies, transparency. Shame as weapon because we allowed. Nods own it. Emily beside presence speaks. Floor opens. Carson's daughter. Sings Matt. Hands rise, release. Unanimous repeal. Steady clap. Speech trumps silence. Morning sun on arch. Rosemary taller. Emily tends reverent. Binder archived, work done. Truth's momentum won. Beverly resigns. Exhaustion. Misalignment, no remorse. Board reforms. Advisory committee. Public meetings. Tone shifts. Gardens bloom. Flags fly. Martin's return. Mrs. Nguyen nods knowingly. No parades. Dignity restored. Porch evening. Emily on new herbs. Benches. Doesn't fix all, but changes next. Her real smile returns. Thought of first slap. Audio face. Tom's shake. Emily's unbroken spirit. Arch stands weathered. Strong marker of failure to erase. If you want more HOA takedowns, subscribe now. Share your story below. Where you watching from? But tell me, was Beverly the real villain? Or did the neighborhood's silence make her possible?